The Clifton Pro and the Clifton 11 have very similar names, they look very similar, but I'm going to break down the key differences between them that you need to know whether you want to walk in them, use them as lifestyle shoes, or run. So first of all, let's look at the Clifton Pro. So it's brand new this year and it has Pro Glide Plus cushioning in the midsole, which is brand new to the Hoka range. I'm going to touch on how that feels, but the volume of it is 42 mils in the rear foot, 34 in the forefoot, giving you 8 mil difference in height from the back to the front of the shoe. In contrast, the Clifton 11 has the CM EVA cushioning and it has the same amount of cushioning, so 42 and 34 in the forefoot. So an 8 mil drop, but it feels completely different underfoot. Part of that has got to do with the type of cushioning. So that CM EVA, compressed molded EVA, is very bouncy underfoot, a lot bouncier than what we saw on the Clifton 10, so it gives you a nice spring when you're walking or running in it. Whereas the Pro Glide Plus is a little bit mushier if you're walking in it. However, when you're running in it, it gives you more energy return, so it's a bit more resilient. And that basically means when you put pressure to it, it returns back to its former shape much faster than what you get in the Clifton 11. So when you're running in it, you get more energy return, more bounce and more snap in the Pro Glide Plus. Now part of that is affected by the geometry of the shoe. So we've got a much more aggressive forefoot rocker. And that's where the forefoot curves upward in the Clifton Pro. It starts earlier and it's more aggressive. It helps with the push-off phase of the gait cycle, but because you've got more flex in there, it means you don't get much protection in the big toe joint or the ball of the foot if you're someone who gets sensitivity there. But it transitions very quickly from the back to the front of the shoe, a little bit slower of a transition with the Clifton 11. Now the stability features in these shoes are important and you need to know the differences. So first of all, when you look at the back of the shoe, we've got a more aggressive posterior lateral bevel on the Clifton Pro. Now bear with me, that sounds technical, but basically what it means is you've got a slight tilt at the back of the shoe and you've got a softer version of the cushioning on the outside of the Clifton Pro compared to what we have on the inside. So that means that it compresses quicker when you initiate contact with the ground. Therefore, if you've a history of lateral ankle sprains, I would say this shoe is not ideal. Whereas we've got a bit more of a solid base underneath your foot in the Clifton 11. You've got a nice wide base under the shoe and some sole flare, which is where the sole comes out wider than where your foot sits in the shoe, making this shoe very much a stable, neutral shoe. So it's a flat bed, but stability features like the large sidewalls on the outside and the inside of the shoe, the broad base and the sole flare, making you very grounded in the shoe despite the amount of cushioning on the foot. Whereas in the Glide Pro Plus, the cushioning is a little bit softer and therefore a little bit less stable underfoot. You've got that issue with the softness around the outer aspect of the heel. You've got lower sidewalls on the outside and the inside and less sole flare. So this is very much a classic neutral shoe. On top, they're very different as well. So we've got a very breathable engineered mesh, more breathable than what we have in the Clifton 11. However, I found that this is half a size up for me, which is very unusual in the Hoka range. Normally it's a true to size, which the Clifton 11 is, but this is a half a size up, so worth noting if you have any issues or you're in between sizes in these shoes. Now the width is quite good in the toe box for a Hoka in the Glide Pro, whereas in the Clifton 11 it's much better than the Clifton 10 and I would classify it as a normal fit overall, true to size and length, and it's got a great lockdown on the midfoot on the heel. No issues with slippage on the Glide Pro either. So they both do a great job at giving you a good fit in terms of width in the shoes. If you're unsure of your width, I've got a free guide that you can download to check out in 2 minutes at home. Now overall, in terms of performance and use cases, well, the Clifton 11 is an excellent walking shoe and probably one of the best lifestyle shoes on the market. You've got a gentle rocker, it's a stable neutral, so it works for standing and for walking. Really comfortable, really bouncy, brand new insole inside, which adds extra elements of comfort. And the fit is much better than what we saw in the Clifton 9 and the Clifton 10. So 10 out of 10 for walking and standing. The Clifton Pro is slightly different. I would say it's not ideal for walking. It's a little bit too unstable, especially when you initiate contact with that heel. It's not to say that you can't use it for walking if you really want to, but for me, probably a 5 out of 10. When it comes to running, totally different shoes. So the Clifton Pro is designed more for faster up-tempo workouts, strides, some faster movements, shorter distances if you want, but it's prohibited by one main factor, and that's the weight. So both of them come in at very similar weights, so 318 grams versus 319 grams in a size 12 US for me. So not much difference, which is strange considering they've designed the shoe more for faster running rather than lifestyle use. So a downside to this is the weight, and then with the Clifton 11, It can be used for those easy runs, steady runs, up to marathon pace, not a problem. So it's a very versatile option. You can't do those faster workouts that you see in the Clifton Pro, but the prices are relatively similar. Personally, I would always go with the Clifton 11. It's more versatile, you can use it for lifestyle use, running, and for those longer distance workouts. Whereas not much of a walking shoe in the Clifton Pro. Yes, the cushioning is very comfortable, a bit more energy return, better for faster workouts, but I would be more inclined to spend that little bit extra and get a shoe like the Mach 7 or the Hoka if you really want to go higher end budget, more race shoe focused. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Which one would you prefer? What do you think of the Clifton Pro? I have a dedicated review if you want more feedback on this that I've done in real time. And otherwise, thank you very much for watching once again.